Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. We strongly recommend to stay on a sim as long as needed before you go live and use a real money. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our signals, our automated signals, as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. Today I want to mention before we start, we are testing a new for our traders. You have for auto trade based on the signal, full automated ATM strategy, and a re-entry point. Today we are testing a new development, and it is going to be, we are adding number 5 on it. And this number 5, it is already hit immediate success. We're still monitoring. It's not ready to send it out yet, so please do not start sending requests to send it out. But we've been monitoring early this morning how this auto trades work. And still, there is a couple bugs we needs to be fixed, and you might gonna see a couple bugs pop out today on our screen, and because we are testing a new signal, and I want to keep my eye on it, and I don't have a problem sharing testing a new auto trade with in the public. I have no problem with that. I don't need to hide to do that. So today we are testing on a sim account, and we will be testing this. A new entry is a very clever entry, very clever, where it can be used on the blue charts are connected to the left upper corner is a swing trading, and the white charts are the 15 seconds. And what we have done, when we have a new signal come out, and there is, which all of us is normal when you are auto trading, and when you are sorry, I gotta keep my eye on this one here for a second. And it did run 3.5 in the morning, and I just need to keep my eye on this one. So on the signal, we are using a sim account today because we are testing a new product, and what we have done something very smart. Is a re-entry, but the re-entry is a clever re-entry that when you are in a trade, because everything is based on fibs, so when we are in a trade and the signal or the trend change direction, what it does, confirm change in direction, a new signal, close position, open position to on the new fib line. That it is very clever. And the result today, this is the first day we are testing it, and the results. I'm not testing the DAX because I've been busy with the DAX on something else, but the DAX is on 0 because it was not tested on the DAX. But the main things is we are testing on the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ already in the first couple hours nailed 3,500 on the last trade, and this is very good to start with, and I don't care if it's 3,000 or 300. This is only naive traders or beginners. They just look at numbers. My main concern is here, what has really made me happy about it, that there is none of them is in negative. That's what makes me happy. There is none of them is in red. That means it is a good project, it's a success project, and we're gonna go further. Iron, there is some of the bugs. The bugs are not something to do with. I just finished. I just had a meeting with my second programmer, and it is about with NinjaTrader platform, and when the order above or below few ticks, and when the market is going a little bit fast or slow. So what we are doing on this, we want to control the slippage when the market is going fast. This is the difference between a guy gluing a couple indicators, call it an auto trade, and when you go to the advanced automated development trading, so always has to be. I hate to say that, but it has to be the hard way. That not to the customer, but when we are trying to develop something, has to be can adapt, because the problem right now, what we are facing here, we wanted to control the slippage. It's a market order. We are controlling the slippage. And if the slippage is very high, we wanted to pass away from this trade, and we can control the slippage. So this is what we are going to add on it, and I mean, when we are trying to do something here, we are trying to do something because when you are trying to control the slippage on the ES. On the ES, probably you can control it 1 or 2 ticks, slippage plus minus. But when we are trying to control the NASDAQ, you cannot go on couple ticks of slippage. So each instrument, we have to be approaching it differently, and we have to build something inside the auto trade. So when you are controlling the NASDAQ, we can understand the rhythm in the NASDAQ, and we can control the slippage on it. Because I give up the idea to train a trader on everything, and it's not because not everybody is have the patience to learn, and when people don't have the patience to learn, then when they see something, they think is something wrong with the system. So our main is it is the hardest part, is to simplify it to the client, don't have to use his head. At the same time, trying to take the complication down and lock it so he cannot mess with it. So this is a bit challenging, which in the last 13 years, it was not the challenge in the market, because once you adapt to the market, it's fine. You don't. The challenge was it was a total different school from when we started 13 years ago to the public until now. We have learned a lot from the beginners and amateur trading, and we have learned how the trader behave when he's a new trader. And now when we are developing, we are not developing anymore just to the system work. This is the least things on our mind, because it is supposed to work. So we are not worried about that. Then we cut off all this junk, the line break, the Renko bar, the tick chart, the range, all this junk, we put it away. We concentrate on the 1 minute, and we try to focus on that guy. Don't get overwhelmed with technology, because in 2021, the algorithm has NinjaTrader platform. The math everything got complicated, much more advanced than from the donkey age ATRs and MACDs from the 80s. So what we are doing here is, for the trader, is still on the signal turn on, turn off. And you have 5 choices to choose. They all have the same entry. If he wants to do ATM strategy, full automated, or re-entry based on the pullback to the fib. But right now, on the base pullback to the fib, if this market didn't hold that fib, the system has to predict it and go turn around and chase the new signal. And that it is very clever, and the result is immediately right there in front of you. So it is affordable for this new guy come in with a low money. He don't have to trade the DAX, the CL, ES, NASDAQ down. He don't have to, but at least he can go with 1 contract on the NASDAQ, 1 contract ES, and still let the system chasing the trend. And if something goes south, we have minimized the stop loss, so the trader has no power over the stop loss. And this is the secret about it as well. And let me show you how we are testing it. And of course, it's on a sim. We are testing on a sim. You don't test anything on live. And today, if we look at the ES, this is very important for us to minimize the losses and extend when the market go into your direction. So most of those trades, what we are doing on this new system, I don't want the trader to deal with the trend and stop loss and optimize, sitting the whole weekend miserably behind the screen. All those days are over 10 years ago. So what we are monitoring, if we look at this trade on the ES, it was on the fib line here. And then if we notice where is the entry happen, and when the market did not go through, immediately close. But then this is part of the puzzle. But then the system, what it does is going to take a short and take that trend. So this is what we are working on one of the projects. And we have another guy working on also based on the fibs, alpha waves, but I have not. I have the Autotrade, but I have not been. We've been extremely busy. I have not even had time to test it yet. And so this is how we are. Let me try to see if we get any examples right now, and I'll try to clear it. And which we will look at it today, and I want to also make sure. And then what we have done to it is it is an optional for you to just stay trading on the pullback re-entry, or you can go also when the reversal signal, you can have the system reverse and keep going on the new signal. So we also left an option for that trader to take both of direction in the market, or if he wants to, he can take the new signal, or if he wants to, if the signal didn't work, or if the market pulled back, he can nail one more trade in there and level out, exit out as soon as possible. So this is what we have been working on, and it could be ready in 1 week. I'm not sure. When it's ready, we will send it out. But I will not send it out until I make sure there is no bugs in there, because we are extremely busy, and I cannot overload the support people anymore. We are really overloaded, and we are overloaded not by the professionals. We are overloaded by people don't understand how to manage NinjaTrader. When a guy don't know how to load a chart, that can cause us a lot of timing. So the overloading is not coming from problematic in the market or anything like this. The overload and support, it is 90% because guys don't know how to activate an auto trade. They don't know how to load a chart. They don't know how to load fib. They don't know how to load an indicator. But this is where our energy goes to those people refusing to look at NinjaTrader platform and learn. He don't know how to make an ATM. You tell him you need to put an ATM. He don't know what is an ATM. He never heard of it before. So this is where we are really burning a lot of hours on something really is unnecessarily. So if we look now on the ES, we have seems like we have an entry, and again, guys, we are on a sim today, testing the new system on the signal, and as you see here, what it does, and I'm testing it with you in front of you here. What we are doing, the system is a jump in between the signal and the fib line. And then if you notice, because if you have been following me for quite time, I always said the most success trading ever came out for the last 20 years. And the only type of a trading came out for the last 20 years and still exists is identify trend, pullback, re-entry. And that is the end of the story. And I don't want to even challenge anyone about that story. In the last 28 years right now, we have seen so many systems come in. And here is the problem. The more users use that system, the more less effective it will be. And it happened, and it is the biggest proof by some other system came out, everybody was using until it burned out and is no longer valid. The only thing it happened is identify trend, pullback, re-entry. It's been around for the last 20 years and never fell. Anything else we have seen, as fast they came in, as fast they left. And they were burned out. They were out of date. It's finished. Too many people using the same system burns out. So now the stop loss is no longer controlled by the beginners, and the system is overtaken, because what we are trying to do, I don't want that guy anymore to screw around with the system and control stop loss. I mean, I'm sorry to say that. I mean, we have some professional people, of course, and I mean, I have a guy like this guy, Mark, he's been 2 days old, customer. He swallowed the whole system. I mean, the guy is, he knows what he's doing. We have plenty of people like him, but also we have the other kind. They don't know even how to load a chart. Thanks. You're welcome, sir. So this is what we are working on to make it less. What we have found out, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to insult anyone, or I'm not trying to, but I have to say it the way it is. What we have learned those 13 years, because it takes one guy, don't know what he's doing, to ruin all the works we have done for many years. It takes one guy. So what we are trying to do, like now here, you can secure some of the profit. Why you want to keep it here? I'm just learning this auto trade like you do right now. We develop it, but I'm learning how it's behaving, and I'm doing it in the public. I hope I will not get embarrassed over it, but I'm testing it right in front of you today. and I want to see how it's working because I just got it a couple hours ago. So in our experience, we have found out when you let the client be in charge with his decision, most likely it's going to end up in a disaster. Honest to God, true. So what we have learned, not to give too much option to the client, make decision on the entries, exit, because he's still a baby, some of them, a baby trader, a couple of 3 years, and he's still emotionally involved in the trade. And that can cause a lot of problems for him. So what we are trying to do, we're trying to take his emotions away, because eventually this guy is going to get more. You cannot avoid to not get involved emotionally in there. But the secret in there, if you have a $10,000 and you trade in 4 ES, eventually as a human, you're going to get emotionally involved in it. But let's say you have $10,000 and you are taking a couple micro account. Emotionally, you're not involved in it. So what I'm trying to say to you, don't overmerge yourself. In the same time, we're trying, with all the respect, to not let this trader be in control with everything, because eventually, because he's going to use his emotion. Not does mean he's not smart, God forbid, or anything like this. No. But this guy is going to get his emotion involved in there, and we don't want him to make mistakes on our terms. And we all can make mistakes, but we're trying to avoid as much mistakes as possible for that guy, because I cannot be watching every single trader what he's doing. We have guys have a couple $1,000 and he gets so excited and he turn on every single auto trade on every instrument. And then you have a guy have $50,000. He's merging himself to much less than this guy on a $5,000. So what we have find out, the guy has $2,000. He have open positions in the market live more than this guy have $50,000, because the other guy, the $50,000, he worry about it. This guy with the $2,000, he's very aggressive, and he want to turn his 2,000 to 2 million, whatever his dreams is. I love to have his cigarettes or his drinks, whatever he's drinking. But the reality in the trading is not like that. So we find out those guys with the less money, they are more aggressive than the guy having normal money. So those guys, those the ones they scare me the most. When we are talking to professional customer, he goes with the system like fish in the water. But when you have a guy don't know what he's doing, and he have a $2,000, he want to wave it at the market and bang on the market day and night, and he wanted to be where he have seen this movie Money Never Sleep because he have 2,000. Those guys, they scare me to death. And actually, I try to get away from not talking to them directly because they can really get under my skin. So, but nevertheless, we are trying to avoid that by developing something that this customer don't have to use too much brain like me. I don't like to use my brain. I'm smoked out. I mean, after many years, my brain is burned out. I cannot do it anymore. So I'm talking about myself. My brain is burned out. So I don't want to think when I'm trading. So I'm taking it for myself. I don't want to think when I'm trading. The only thing I wanted to do, I just want to make sure I'm on the right direction, and I know, respect the levels in the market, and this is it. I don't want to think anymore. I don't have time to think. So this is the way, the approach in 2021. This is what we are investing a lot of money to. The algorithm got advanced. Eyeballing trading is out of date. Combining auto trade with a human brain, it is a silver bullet, and hopefully even when you combine an auto trade with a human brain, we say, we hope we're going to survive today. We hope we can survive today. So, and now as we see, we take one of the trades out, and as you see, I have it on the fib, and the trade is not aggressive. In the same time, we can change direction, but it does not keep trading. So on the new signal, so this is where we are going on those directions. Sorry guys, the ones are talking to me. I will get back to you. I'm not that I will be talking to you very soon. Just a second. So this is the TI7 automated trade, and this one here is the signal, the one we are testing on. Now it is finished. The trade is finished, and then when we see new trade come out on this one, of course I will share the new trade with you. But in the 2 hours, based on 2 contracts, the CL made 30. You have to see the good and the bad. The ES in 2 hours, 1,600, 3,000 on the Nasdaq, 180 to 35, and this is our first try straight out of the box. So because I just got that system 2 hours ago, and we already gonna modify it, and we're gonna be watching it like a hawk next week. And then if there is no bugs, we will release it. We will keep working on it until the bugs are free. Let's look at something else. We are looking at the TI7 at the moment, and we will we have one ES trade on 2 minutes, and we have and then what we are going to do, we are going to monitor the ES here. We're going to leave that area here clean so we can predict what is going on in the market, and then we will tell you, okay, maybe we need to do it right now, because there is a lot of people depend on how we analyze the chart on the ES before we they want to decide what they want to do. It's a very simple what's going on the ES, gentlemen. It's the same story as yesterday. This guy I think having a good time here. Okay, just 1 second. Okay. And on the ES, we have a heavy resistant area here. And if we are breaking the 376,175, you have into the clearance all the way to the 77.25 from now to 12 o'clock. If we are not able to break that area, here is your re-entry point. Be careful, guys. This is your re-entry point. It's 37.51. The market, if the market going to drop, it is very important for this trader, whether it's auto trading or manual trading. You got a mark on your chart at the moment is a 3751.75. This is a re-entry long. If you want to do that, go on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. The second re-entry is 374.825. Today's, it is very important for us to cross the 3762 level in order for you to take a trade. So you have a breakout in this area here. Now the ES trying from 1010, trying to break that area. If we break that area, we're gonna go ahead, estimation today from now to 12 o'clock. Most likely we will end up all the way to the 3781.50 by 12 o'clock. If this market is not able to break that area, we're going to get into volatility, re-entry point 3752, and then a re-entry point. Why I say a re-entry point and a re-entry point? This is something that guys, they keep making the same mistake. That when they are taking a trade, they are taking two contracts. When they are doing manual trade, they're taking two contracts. Why you're taking two contracts? You never do that. Even if you have money, you don't take two contracts. Why? Because when we learned that when we were reversal the market, when you want to reverse the market, and if you want to go on two contracts, you don't put two contracts and go for it. What you do on the pullback re-entry, you take one trade in here and the second trade in here, limited order. So if this market go back to this area here, you enter the market. If the market going up to your direction, you dismiss the second trade. You don't add on it. But if you took the re-entry from here and the market keep dropping to here, then you enter one more trade and then you level out your two contracts. Then they are easy to get out of the trade when you get in trouble. But when you are trying to trade, you don't get two trades in here and you hoping that it's going to hold and keep going. So this is very important to understand how to manage a trade and how to level out your position and how to hedge your future. So you don't need to have one horse in the race. So if I have money, I will put one ES trade, one NASDAQ trade, one YM trade, and then I will have three horses in the race. So if one of those horses die, I have the other two. They are making money. So the guy is hedging the future. His chances are much better for this poor guy have one trade on the ES and that's all the money in the world he has. That guy, he better not make any mistakes because he only going on one horse. If this horse die, then it is a problem. But right now, when you have two or three charts, and if you have a problem with the ES, the YM, and the NASDAQ could be making money for you. And this is something you need to learn how to manage your trade. So right now, we don't have... okay, we closed the Russell on 825. The ES still climbing. The DAX, we still have 4,000 out and 1,670 in. So now as we see here, we have broke this area. And now the first bumper is going to be at 3774. Watch this market. This is the first bumper. So when you are in a trade or you are auto trading like this one here, so now I understand if I wanted to override the auto trade and a close position, maximize profit, I cannot control the chart, but you have a button here to close position, and you close position and you override the auto trade, you maximize your trade. So like this one here, you have a closing position, you can maximize it when you see danger in the trade. So this is very important to understand where is your limitation. There is something wrong with the internet. I hope we're going to survive this. I feel the internet is slowing down on me here. I hope we're not going to have a problem. Okay, so I can see the frames are dropped on the internet. I hope we're going to survive it. Anyway, a pullback don't get you scared. If you are out of the ES and you don't have a position on the ES, don't try to jump in the middle of the trend. This is the worst nightmare for any. Very simple. If you want to try on sim, try to put a limited order buy on sim. We're not responsible for your trade. This is an educational room. On a 376175. This is your limited order long on that entry here. Most likely it's gonna hold because there is a lot of support area below your order. So you don't put an order in the middle out of nowhere and there is nothing to support it. You don't put an order like this. You cannot do that. You need to lean on something, and here we have a double support area. Most of the time you're gonna get filled and then the market goes up, and if it didn't, welcome to trading. Because one time we had a customer 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Every time the market crossed one line, he requested to support. There is something wrong with his system because the market did not stop at the fib line. And we told him sometimes the market crossed the fib line. Nope. He wants the market to stop at the fib line. And it is our problem to have the market stop at the fib line. Is not his problem. So in those 13 years, believe me or not, we've had, dealing with the public, we have had nightmares over some people. They cannot understand market. They cannot understand trading. And everyone is wrong except them, And this is how it is when you deal with the public. You cannot please everyone. No one can please anyone in the public. And finally, we decided not to talk, not to respond, because it was his job to sit down and mark on us every time the market cross a line, and then immediately within 2 seconds, we will get an email something is wrong with the fibs. 2 seconds. And that we start receiving 20 emails a day to come in, and there is something wrong with the fibs. And we try to explain to him how fibs work. Yeah. And no, this is not the way he thinks should be. The market should stop at the fib line because, the market is belong to us. We are the one is controlling. I had one guy, a guy calling me, and he said, Sam, I have a feeling Ninja Trader is picking on me. I said, why in the hell you think this way? And he said, because every time I'm taking the trade, they're taking the market in a different direction. I said, why you think Ninja Trader is picking on you? Every time you want to take a trade, they want to go and take it to the... Ninja Trader has no control over the market. Really? I thought they were picking on me and they are going in the wrong direction. I said, why what Ninja Trader has to do with the ES? Why you think Ninja Trader want to pick on you every time you want to take a trade and they want to go against you? Why you think this way? So there is some people they don't have the proper education, and they think Ninja Trader picking on him, or I'm picking on him, or I'm hiding a file from them, or I'm hiding a chart from them. I don't want to give it to him. Why I don't want to give it to you? Don't I have anything in my life just to hide a chart from you? This is normal when you are dealing with public. You cannot do anything about it. Some people, they have their own mind. So we are, as we have expected, to come into the 377075, and it did. And this is exactly what we were talking about. And as we see here, it came in right in line, and there is facing a lot of heavy resistant area on the ES. And we have delivered as estimated from here to here. And now fasten your seatbelt. Now we are start going with a wild ride. Now the ES is gonna drop all the way down to the 3761 and back and forth trying to find an exit. Now the support on the 3760.75 is become solid, is become confirmed as a support area, and it's been double confirmed this is a support area. In order for this ES, you see, this is the bug we're talking about, this new system we're testing. So this area here become a really support area, and it's been confirmed. And we told you we're gonna go all the way to this level, and now we are dropping to the 3760.75. This is a re-entry point, and this is gonna hold the ES, not unless if there is a news coming in. It's gonna go ahead and drop the market, but it requires a lot of news or a lot of seller to break that area here. So now what happened on the ES, now you're already understand where is your level on the ES if you are auto trading or manual trading, that this is your entry price and this is your exit price. Entry price, exit price, until those guys, those boys decided to take move on the ES. And now if you look, this is the biggest mistake where a trader trading and he get lost when the market going back and forth and cannot read it. And now he wanted to auto trade and not understand where he is in the market situation. This market broke that level, came into the resistance, gave you sell signal to exit out of the trade, come in here, and watch this market is coming to this area here. This is a support area. Watch this market, and nothing. By this time, his MACDs, ATR, all this whatnots, now they're pointing short. There is no short. There is a pullback re-entry. Pullback re-entry. There is no short. So if we look, I don't know if you can see this on the YouTube, but there is a wig came in exactly what we have told you 5 minutes before it happened. Because you are a future trader, those are irrelevant. We are working on the first bar on the chart as a future trader. What happened here is finished. It's done. It's a history. It's gone. You're not going to see it again. But the first, I don't know if you can see the wig, the black wig is right there. And it was a pullback re-entry. The things is, by this time when the market dropped, his MACD, ATR, momentum, all this pointing down, but there is nothing down except pullback re-entry. And now this is where the most of the guys, 90% of the guys, they get lost in the market, whether he is auto trading or a manual trading, because he is not looking at the market, what's going on. And the market right now, we got stuck on this area here, and this is it. You cannot do anything about it. That's what called when the market is trending, or when the market is going back and forth like a tango dance, and there is nothing you can do about it. So for this guy here, let's say he have daily target 300, 400, whatever ticks him, and when he is in this trouble, he has to be patient till this market find a movement, and we can go ahead and take a trade. So there is nothing we can do. You know, if your daily target 100, 200, 300, whatever it is, and we are on that channel, you gotta be patient until we can find a direction, a breakout. And this is a very serious matter right now on a Friday with the ES, because what we are facing here, extremely strong support area, as we see, as we identify, confirmed that the 376150, it is a support area, and then we are dealing with a bunch of bananas resistant on the other direction. So the market got stuck in this channel. I have one guy calling me. He said, "You mean the ES got stuck on your YouTube channel?" I freaked out. I said, "No, it's stuck on the chart channel. It's not stuck on the YouTube." And all this time he was thinking, when I was saying it's stuck on that channel, he thought the ES got stuck on my YouTube channel. And I freaked out. I freaked out. I mean, if you have a little brain left, it was gone that day. So it's not stuck on my YouTube channel. It is stuck on your chart channel, sir. So this is how you need to look at the market. So now we have the re-entry, like what we have covered. It was a 3758. We are diving into place. You should be all trades off right now on the ES until we get some. Now it is not tradable in those areas anymore. Not tradable. The reason is the market is going back up again. There is no short in here, and the market going back up again. It could be from that line or that line or that line. So all trades right now to enter the ES, it is a high risk, and your chances winning 1 out of 10 is 0.1. The only direction, the only trick you can do, you put a limited order buy over the line. So if this market going back, there is an art how to enter a market. It's not just, oh, I want to take a trade. No, there is an art where you put your trade. So when the market's sinking below this line, what you can do, you can put a limited order buy in here above the line. So if this market turn around, it lifts you and we go up. So if we don't know if this market going short or long, we can put a limited order at 376450. If this market decide to turn around, we are in. But we do not take a trade in the middle of a pile of mud right here, and God knows where it's taking us. It can sink below that line and can turn around and go above that line. So it is an art how you're going to put your trade on a chart in a way where it hurts the less and it has a lot less risk. The difference between a guy putting a trade here, market order, and a guy putting a limited order in here, there is a great change, great difference in the risk reward. And between those two guys, there is only 3-4 takes. One guy is playing it safe. One guy is a just high-risk trader. So those are small things. It gets developed by you, not because from somebody you need to pay him to be in his room. This tricks, those small tricks, you develop it, as I said yesterday, you develop it on as you go. You start getting smarter how to handle the market in the safe manner, in a mature attitude, calm attitude, how to be smart with your trade and how to manage a trade. So this is, don't think the other guy is smarter than you, or the other guy maybe has more experience than you. He has put his time behind the screen. But don't think we're not smart to do that. Yes, you are smart. And if you train yourself every day, yes, you will become very well trained trader. So this is my order long. If this market come in, and if this market keep going right now, I'm not interested in that trade. I don't need to bang my head to know if this market gonna turn around or not. I will put a limited order at 3764 and get it over with. Simple as that. So we will watch this market and see what is going to happen, and then we will take it from there. I'm going to take a 5 minutes break, refresh coffee, and I'll be right back. Thank you. I know, Ben, there is no sound. I'm just waiting on the ES what to do. There is a sound, sir. But there is not much to say right now, so we are waiting. If we notice the market came in to the last fib line at 48.25, and there is nothing could be done right now. So we are sitting on a standby to see where we are taking that trade. However, if this market going below the 48 level, we can put a short on a sim limited order at 47.25, goes all the way down to the 36.75. So I'm just monitoring this market to see, because this area, Ben, you cannot take a trade in this area. So I'm just watching and see what can be done on the ES. So I'll stay quiet for a while. Be careful, guys. Do not take any trade on the ES. Please do not take any trade on the ES. What I'm seeing here is not over yet. You don't want to take a trade in here. Be careful, guys. Do not take any trades in this area. Wait a few minutes. For the ones that just joined us, we are testing a new system on the signal, and they are on a sim. And we are testing the pullback re-entry on the fibs. And at the same time, reversing if the market did not go your direction. So on that chart here, the white one, the 15-second charts, we are doing some testing and on a new system, and we are monitoring today. Actually, today is my first day testing, so I'm testing it. I just got it 3 hours ago, and I'm testing it here in front of you, trying to see. We just added a new auto trade in there, and it's all based on fibs. So again, guys, this is our testing result for today. We started 2 hours before, and this is our test result right there. So we are not testing the DAX right now. I will test it in the morning hours next week. So that's what we are doing right now. And those here, the charts are TI7. We're not testing the TI7. Those are the TI7 automated trade. And the DAX already hit 1,670, and there is a couple thousand out on the DAX. This is a new system design. Even when you are using a 15-second, if the market not moving, we still can manage to get something out of the market. So this is really, hopefully, it's going to be. So this chart and this chart, we are doing test on a sim. And we are trying to see how the auto trade function, and those are the result for the last 3 hours on the system here. And there is a black on the DAX because we are not testing on the DAX. Okay, the DAX finished. We still have the CL. Also, we managed to keep part of it, not all of it. Part of the entry, we manage it. You still can manage it by hand. So part of it you can, the other part you can't. Now you still can, on the reversal, you still can manage to extend your target. There we go. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. 440, beautiful trade. And when it is taken on the pullback re-entry, we have it set with a small stop loss, so you don't need to mess with it. The only thing you can mess with, if the market reverse, you can control your extend your target or increase your trailing stop. This is a brilliant idea for for the trader side to simplify the management on the auto trade, not to overload himself with all kind of information and get lost. So as always, this has been for many years right now. Simplify for the trader, boxed in all this complication, and we put it inside the system where the trader should not think about all those whatnots on the technical side. He should be thinking about managing the trade more than sitting and trying to figure out what to do. So so now we are testing those 15-second charts, and we're trying to see if we can if they are okay or not. And I already asked for modification to control the slippage in the market, and then we're gonna give the traders an option to control the slippage in the market, and probably by next week should be done. So now we are testing it to see if there's any bugs or any arrow is gonna pop out. We don't know yet. We will see if there's any bugs will come out before we send it out to the traders. That system here is going to be for the members only, not outsider, just members. The ones have the zone subscription will have the package. Again, for the ones have the zone subscription, it's a $300 a year. This is the second auto trade on the zone system, the FIB system. So for the members have the zone, they will get it immediately free. Guys, we are done for today, overdone, and there is nothing left on the ES anymore. This is a re-entry. Short target is already hit target. There is nothing left from now to 12 o'clock. Now it is 12 o'clock. I want to say a really pleasant weekend. Wish you the best. And for our test, before we leave on the new system, we crossed the 5,000 base on 2 contract, and what I really like about it is not taking that many trades, and what it does is going when it is not important in trade. So this is the new system we are testing, and once we get this one out of the way and send it out to the trader, we have another auto trade is also coming your direction for the ones are qualified to have, and then we will okay, thank you very much for today, and God bless you all, and see you on Monday for webinars, members only, and Tuesday we'll go back live on YouTube. Thank you very much.